one, the intro, the exact title was Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band Reprise. Okay, in brackets, reprise. You've got to get that, otherwise you don't get the point. Tough titties if you don't, you know, life's a bitch. But as the average Beatles fan is probably about 100 years old, I think you know that already. Love Me Do, that first single, blah blah blah. The other drummer, it wasn't Pete Best. Some of you might be thinking that. I bet you were, weren't you? Because you know nothing, eh? You know nothing. And you know nothing. So that drummer was actually Andy White, who was a session musician who got him to drum on it. Next one, Sie liebt dich, was actually She Loves You. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the Beatles were kind of the ones who put an end to that practice of having to re-record in foreign lingo. So that song, written back in '57, was actually one after 909. It weren't released till the Let It Be album in 1970. The next line in that song was Drive My Car, if you didn't already know. Working for peanuts is all very fine. Right, that song I was playing on my trusty kazoo was Polythene Pam from Abbey Road. First Beatles to marry, well, it were John, weren't it? And the last were Paul, which kind of goes against the grain, you know. You think Mr. Reckless versus Mr. Conventional, but you know, it weren't always like that. Paul was actually the experimental one in a lot of ways. Those four Beatles brides, who were they? Well, there was Yoko Ono, there was Maureen Cox, there was Pattie Boyd, and there was Linda Eastman. So the last gig the Beatles played was Candlestick Park, San Francisco. Right, the album that had the lyrics on, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. What music was at the beginning of the quiz? It was actually the same music at the beginning of the answers. I don't know if you spotted that, but it was from this tropical tribute to the Beatles, and it was Can't Buy Me Love. Or if you want to be really smarty pants and get yourself 1,000,000 bonus points, No puedes comprarme, because it was sung in foreign lingo. So Susie and the Banshees did a cover of Dear Prudence. Did a very good job too. So there were two songs from those three that were actually Lennon McCartney creations, and that was Come and Get It by Badfinger and Step Inside Love by Surprise Surprise! Now, the first album with no covers on by Beatles was A Hard Day's Night. The record company what turned down the Beatles, possibly the biggest mistake ever in the world, not just in music business, was Decca. And furthermore, the guy said, guitar music is on its way out. Like, what an hobber. 5 songs that topped the US charts. Can't Buy Me Love, number 1. Twist and Shout, not released in England as a single, you might be saying, but it was in America. She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, and Please Please Me. Oh, and 1 week later, they had 14 songs in the top 100. The song what John Lennon wrote was Glass Onion, and the identity of the walrus he revealed to be Paul. And that were really because it was just Paul who wore the walrus costume in Magical Mystery Tour film. Who was the other producer and not George Martin? It was Phil Spector. This Beatles tissue box was bought in the capital of Armenia, which is Yerevan. Yerevan. Right, the last question. I'm not going to say them all, take too long, so I'm just going to put them printed up on the screen and you can go through them. I'll put them in chronological order if that makes it easier, and then I'll leave you to it. So I hope you got a good score. If you didn't, tough titties. Oh, freaking home.